The Kambojas were a tribe of Iron Age India, frequently mentioned in Sanskrit and Pali literature. Ethnicity and language. The ancient Kambojas were probably of Indo-Iranian origin. They are, however, sometimes described as Indo-Aryans and sometimes as having both Indian and Iranian affinities. The Kambojas are also described as a royal clan of the Sakas. Origins. The earliest reference to the Kambojas in the works of Panini, around the 5th century BCE. Other pre-Common Era references appear in the Manusmriti and the Mahabharata, both of which describe the Kambojas as former Kshatriyas who had degraded through a failure to abide by Hindu sacred rituals. Their territories were located beyond Gandhara, beyond Pakistan, Afghanistan, laying in Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, where Buddha statues were built in the name of King Maurya and Ashoka, and the 3rd century BCE edicts of Ashoka refers to the area under Kamboja control as being independent of the Mauryan Empire in which it was situated. Some sections of the Kambojas crossed the Hindu Kush and planted Kamboja colonies in Paropamisade and as far as Rajouri. The Mahabharata locates the Kambojas on the near side of the Hindu Kush as neighbors to the Dharadas, and the Parama Kambojas across the Hindu Kush as neighbors to the Rishikas of the Fergana region. The confederation of the Kambojas may have stretched from the valley of Rajouri in the southwestern part of Kashmir to the Hindu Kush range. In the southwest the borders extended probably as far as the regions of Kabul, Ghazni and Kandahar, with the nucleus in the area northeast of the present-day Kabul, between the Hindu Kush range and the Kunar River, including Kapasar, possibly extending from the Kabul valleys to Kandahar. Others locate the Kambojas and the Parama Kambojas in the areas spanning Balkh, Badakhshan, the Pamirs and Kafiristan. D.C. Sarkar supposed them to have lived in various settlements in the wide area lying between Punjab, Iran, to the south of Balkh, and the Parama Kamboja even farther north, in the Trans-Pamirian territories comprising the Zeravshan Valley, towards the Fargana region. In the Sathya of the classical writers, the mountainous region between the Oxus and Jaxartes is also suggested as the location of the ancient Kambojas. The name Kamboja may derive from, referring to the people of a country known as Kam or Kam, the mountainous highlands where the Jaxartes and its confluence arise are called the highlands of the Kamides by Ptolemy. Ammianus Marcellinus also names these mountains as Commodus. The Kiumitu in the writings of Xuanzang have also been identified with the Commodus Dvipa of the Puranic literature and the Iranian Kambojas. The two Kamboja settlements on either side of the Hindu Kush are also substantiated from Ptolemy's geography, which refers to the Tambizoi located north of the Hindu Kush on the river Oxus in Bactria, and the Ambatai people on the southern side of Hindu Kush in the Paropamisade. Scholars have identified both the Ptolemyan Tambizoi and Ambatai with Sanskrit Kamboja. Theory of origin. Eurasian nomads. Some scholars believe that the Transcaucasian hydronyms and toponyms viz. Syris, Cambyses and Cambycene were due to tribal extension of the Iranian ethnics, the Kiris and Kambojas of the Indian texts, who according to them, had moved to the north of the Medes in Armenian districts in remote antiquity. Chandra Chakrabarti also theorizes that the Kambojas, the Kambos of NW Punjab, was a branch of the Scythian Cambycene from ancient Armenia. As against the above, Buddha Prakash S. Misra and others conclude that the Kiris and Kambojas were in fact a Eurasian nomads from the Central Asian steppe who, as a composite horde, had entered Iran, Armenia, Anatolia as well as Indian subcontinent through the passage between the Pamir Mountains and the Caspian Sea around 8th and 9th century BCE. Cambodian states. The capital of Cambodia was probably Rajapura. The Kamboja Mahajanapada of Buddhist traditions refers to this branch. Kauta use Artha Shastra and Ashoka's Edict No. 13 attest that the Kambojas followed a republican constitution. Panini's sutras tend to convey that the Kamboja of Panini was a Kshatriya monarchy, but the special rule and the exceptional form of derivative he gives to denote the ruler of the Kambojas implies that the king of Kamboja was a titular head only. One king of Kamboja was King Srindravamana. The Atavakas. The Kambojas were famous in ancient times for their excellent breed of horses and as remarkable horsemen located in the Uttarapada or northwest. They were constituted into military sanghas and corporations to manage the political and military affairs. The Kamboja cavalry offered the military services to other nations as well. There are numerous references to Kamboja having been requisitioned as cavalry troopers in ancient wars by outside nations. It was on account of the supreme position in horse culture that the ancient Kambojas were also popularly known as Ashvakas, i.e. horsemen. The clans in the Kunar and Swat valleys have been referred to as Asakanoi and Aspasioi in classical writings, and Ashvakayanas and Ashvayanas in Panini's Ashtajayi. The Kambojas were famous for the horses and as cavalrymen. Asvakas, horsemen, was the term popularly applied to them. The Atavakas inhabited eastern Afghanistan and were included within the more general term Kambojas. Elsewhere, Kamboja is regularly mentioned as the country of horses, and it was perhaps this well-established reputation that won for the horse breeders of Bajra and Swat the designation Aspasioi and Asakanoi. Conflict with Alexander. The Kambojas entered into conflict with Alexander the Great as he invaded Central Asia. The Macedonian conqueror made short shrift of the arrangements of Darius, and after overrunning the Achaemenid Empire he dashed into Afghanistan. There he encountered incredible resistance of the Kamboja, Aspasioi and Asakanoi tribes. The Ashvayans were also good cattle breeders and agriculturists. This is clear from the large number of bullocks, 230,000 according to Arrian, of a size and shape superior to what the Macedonians had known, that Alexander captured from them and decided to send to Macedonia for agriculture. Migrations. During the 2nd and 1st centuries BCE, clans of the Kambojas from North Afghanistan in alliance with the Sakas, Pallavas and the Yavanas entered India, spread into Sindhus, Saurashtra, Malwa, Rajasthan, Punjab and Surasena, and set up independent principalities in western and southwestern India. Later, a branch of the same people took Gauda and Virendra territories from the Pallas and established the Kamboja Pala dynasty of Bengal in eastern India. There are references to the hordes of the Sakas, Javanas, Kambojas, and Pallavas in the Balakanda of the Valmiki Ramayana. In these verses one may see glimpses of the struggles of the Hindus with the invading hordes from the northwest. The royal family of the Kamuyas mentioned in the Mathura line capital are believed to be linked to the royal house of Taxila in Gandhara. In the medieval era, the Kambojas are known to have seized northwest Bengal from the Pallas of Bengal and established their own Kamboja Pala dynasty. Indian texts like Markandeya Purana, Vishnu Dharmatari Agni Purana, Eastern Kambojas. A branch of Kamboja seems to have migrated eastwards towards Tibet in the wake of Kushana or else Huna pressure, and hence their notice in the chronicles of Tibet and Nepal. The 5th century Brahma Purana mentions the Kambojas around Pragjyotisha and Tamraliptika. The Kambojas of ancient India are known to have been living in northwest, but in this period, they are known to have been living in the northeast India also, and very probably, it was meant Tibet. The last Kambojas ruler of the Kamboja Pala dynasty, Dharmapala, was defeated by the South Indian Emperor Rajendra Chola, the first of the Chola dynasty in the 11th century. Mauryan period. The Kambojas find prominent mention as a unit in the 3rd century BCE edicts of Ashoka. Rock Edict 13 tells us that the Kambojas had enjoyed autonomy under the Mauryas. The republics mentioned in Rock Edict via the Yonas, Kambojas, Gandharas, Nabakas and the Nabapamkitas. They are designated as Araha, Vishaya in Rock Edict 13, which means that they were kingless, i.e. republican polities. In other words, the Kambojas formed a self-governing political unit under the Maurya emperors. Ashoka sent missionaries to the Kambojas to convert them to Buddhism, and recorded this fact in his Rock Edict v. Bibliography. Acharya K.T. A Historical Dictionary of Indian Food. ISBN 978-019-565868-2. Barnes, Ruth and David Parkin Ships and the Development of Maritime Technology on the Indian Ocean. London, Curzon. ISBN 0-7007-12356. Bhatia, Harbin Singh Political, Legal, and Military History of India. New Delhi. Deep and Amp. Deep Publications. Bhattacharya Alaknanda. The Mulchars in Ancient India. Kolkata. Firma KLM. ISBN 81-7102-112-3. Boardman, John and N. G. L. Hammond, D. M. Lewis, and M. Mostfeld. The Cambridge Ancient History, Volume 4. Persia, Greece and the Western Mediterranean. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-22804-2. Bongard Levin, Grigory Maximovich. Ancient Indian Civilization. New Delhi. Arnold Heinemann. Bowman, John Stewart. Columbia Chronologies of Asian History and Culture. New York, Chichester, Columbia University Press. ISBN 0-231-11004-9. Boyce, Mary and Franz Grenet. A History of Zoroastrianism, Volume 3. Zoroastrianism under Macedonian and Roman Rule. Leiden, Brill, ISBN 9004092714. Collins, Stephen. Nirvana and Other Buddhist Felicities, Utopias of the Pali Imaginaire. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-57054-9. ISBN 0-521-57842-6. ISBN 978-0-521-57842-4. Drabu, V. N. Kashmir Polity, c. 600-1200 A.D. New Delhi. Bari Publications. Series in Indian History, Art and Culture 2. ISBN 81-7034-004-7. Ganguly, Dilip Kumar. Ancient India, History and Archaeology. New Delhi, Abhinav Publications. ISBN 81-7017-304-3. Dwivedi, R.K. A Critical Study of Changing Social Order at Uganda, or the End of the Kali Age, in Lalanji Gopal, J.P. Singh, N. Ahmed and D. Malik, D. Kosambi. Commemoration Volume. Varanasi, Banaras Hindu University. Jata Shankar K. P. Jayuswal Commemoration Volume. Patna, K. P. Jayuswal Research Institute. Jindal, Mangal Sen. History of Origin of Some Clans in India, with special reference to Jats. New Delhi, Sarapanam, Sons, ISBN 8185431086. Lamotte, Etienne. History of Indian Buddhism, From the Origins to the Sakka Era. Sarah Webb Bowen and Jean Datin Leuven. Leneuve, Université Catholique de Leuven, Institut Orientalista. ISBN 90-6831-100-X. Mishra, Krishna Chandra. Tribes in the Mahabharata, A Socio-Cultural Study. New Delhi, India, National Pub House. ISBN 81-214-00287-7. Misra, Satya Deva. Modern Researches in Sanskrit. Dr. Veermani P.D. Upadhyayu Felicitation Volume. Patna, Indira Prakashan. Pand. Govind Chandra. Foundations of Indian Culture. Delhi, Motilal Banarsidas. ISBN 81-208-0712-X. Pand. Ram. Tribals Movement. Proceedings of the National Seminar on Tribals of Rajasthan held on 9–10 April 1983 at Jaipur under the auspices of Shodik, in collaboration of Indian Council of Historical Research, New Delhi, Jaipur, Shodik. Patton, Laurie Ellen Edwin Bryant. Indo-Aryan Controversy, Evidence and Inference in Indian History, London, Routledge, ISBN 0-7007-14626, ISBN 0-7007-14634. Rishi, Weir Rajendra. India and AMP, Russia, Linguistic and AMP, Cultural Affinity, Chandigarh, Roma Publications. Saith, Sri Ram. Dates of the Buddha, Hyderabad, Bharatiya Itihasa Sankalana Samiti, Hyderabad. Sethna, K.D. Problems of Ancient India, New Delhi, Aditya Prakashan. ISBN 81-7742-026-7. Sethna, Kaikashudunjiboy. Ancient India in a New Light. New Delhi, Aditya Prakashan. ISBN 8185179123. Shastri, Viswanarayan and Pratap Chandra Chowdhury. Abhinandana Bharati, Professor Krishnakanta Handike Felicitation Volume. Guwahati, Kamaru Prana Sundana Samiti. Shrava, Satuli AKAs in India. New Delhi, Pranava Prakashan. Singh, Acharya. Fool Philosophy, Religion and Vedic Education, Jaipur, Sublime. ISBN 8185809976. Singh, G.P. Dhanaswakalita, V. Sudarsan and Muhammad Abdul Kalam. Kiratas in Ancient India. Displacement, Resettlement, Development. India University Grants Commission, Indian Council of Social Science Research. New Delhi, Gian. ISBN 81-21203295. Singh, Gersha in Punjab History Conference. Punjabi University. ISBN 81-7380-220-3, ISBN 81-7380-221-1. Talbot, Richard J. A. Barrington Atlas of the Greek and Roman World. Princeton N. J. Princeton University Press. ISBN 978-0691-04945-8. Vogelsang, Willem. The Afghans. Peoples of Asia Series. ISBN 978-1405182430. Walker, Andrew and Nicholas Tapp in Thai World, a digest of articles from the Thai Yunnan Project newsletter, or in Scott Bamber Thai Yunnan Project newsletter. Australian National University, Department of Anthropology, Research School of Pacific Studies, http://i-yunnan/20.html. ISSN 1326-2777. Witzel, M. Substrate Languages in Old Indo-Aryan, Electronic Journal of Vedic Studies, 5:1. Witzel, Michael. Early Eastern Iran and the Atharva Veda, Persika 9. Witzel, Michael. Aryan and Non-Aryan Names in Vedic India. Data for the Linguistic Situation, c. 1900 to 500 BC. in J. Bronkhorst and Amp. M. Deshpande. Aryans and Non-Aryans. Evidence, Interpretation and Ideology. Cambridge, Massachusetts. Department of Sanskrit and Indian Studies, Harvard University. ISBN 1888789042 pp. 337-404. Witzel, Michael. In Electronic Journal of Vedic Studies 7-3, Article 9. ISSN 1084-7561. Yashata S. and the Cambridge History of Iran, Volume 3. The Seleucid, Parthian and Sasanian periods. ISBN 0-521-20092-X. ISBN 0-521-24693-8. ISBN 0-521-24699-7.